Hey, welcome. Today, we're diving into something pretty fascinating, the hidden spiritual power packed into the everyday tasks of a traditional Indian household. We're going to explore how these seemingly normal routines were actually profound ways for families to connect with the divine.
We often think of spirituality as something separate from our daily lives, right? Something you do at a temple or on a yoga mat. But what if we've been looking in the wrong place? What if the most incredible spiritual journeys aren't miles away on a pilgrimage, but are actually waiting for us right there in our own kitchens?
And that brings us to our first section, hidden in plain sight. The thing is, our modern, super fast lives have kind of made us forget a deeper layer of meaning that used to be woven into the very fabric of daily life. See, for generations, these household tasks weren't just chores to get done. They were really intentional, meaningful acts. They were powerful anchors, connecting the family to the cosmos, and they were designed to shape souls, turning the home itself into a genuinely sacred space. So how exactly does a simple, everyday task become something sacred? Well, that leads us to our next section, the soul of the act, where we're going to get into the core philosophy that makes this whole transformation possible. The key that unlocks this entire perspective is a concept called karma yoga. It's this beautiful idea that any action, literally any action, no matter how small, can become a form of prayer or meditation as long as you do it with selfless devotion and you're fully present in the moment. And this really highlights the huge shift in mindset. On one hand, you've got the mundane approach, right? Cooking is a chore, sweeping is just cleaning, it's all a burden. But when you take the sacred approach, everything gets infused with intention. Cooking becomes an act of devotion. Sweeping isn't just about dust, it's about clearing negative energy to welcome in the positive. And here's the really crucial part. These small acts were never just about one person or one house. They were seen as vital contributions to a universal harmony, a cosmic order known as Rita. The belief was that every single household, just by doing its duties with intention, was actively helping to keep the entire universe in balance. How amazing is that? So let's ground this big idea in the heart of the home, the kitchen. This wasn't just a room for preparing meals. For so many, it was the main altar for their daily spiritual practice. A perfect example is the idea of prasad. The act of cooking itself was a kind of meditation. The food would first be offered to the divine, to a deity, before it was ever shared with the family. This simple act transformed the meal from just physical fuel into a blessed offering, making both the food and the act of eating sacred. Now, beyond food, the element of fire is absolutely central, and it's often represented by the simple oil lamp or diya. This is a cornerstone ritual in countless homes, something performed every day at sunrise and sunset. And that little flame is packed with so much meaning. It symbolizes the victory of light over darkness and knowledge over ignorance. It stands for purity and goodness, and lighting it is seen as a way to literally invite divine energy and presence right into your home.
And of course, the third key element here, right alongside food and fire, is water. Water played this huge role in purification. Everything from the simple act of bathing to more formal offerings like Argyam, offering water to the sun, was seen as a powerful tool for cleansing not just the body, but the spirit too.
Okay, so this all sounds incredibly deep and meaningful, right? Which raises a really important question. If this wisdom was so woven into the fabric of daily life, why does it feel like it's fading away? Well, there are a few big forces at play. Modern life is just faster, more demanding. Urbanization means we live in smaller homes where some of these rituals are harder to do. But maybe most importantly, the way we learn has changed. It's shifted from this quiet, patient observation to more formal instruction. And sometimes, when that happens, the deeper meaning gets lost, and all you're left with are empty, mechanical habits. This quote just captures that shift perfectly, doesn't it? This wisdom wasn't taught like a lesson from a book. It was absorbed. You felt it in the quiet moments. And like the quote says, that kind of slow, immersive learning feels like a real luxury for many of us today. So let's bring this whole journey full circle. How can we, in our busy, modern lives, actually reclaim some of this sacredness and bring this ancient wisdom back into our world? And here's the most important thing to remember. This is not about trying to perfectly copy ancient rituals. The real goal is to capture their spirit. It's all about bringing a sense of mindfulness and clear intention to the things you're already doing every single day. And you know what? It can start with 3 really simple steps. First, set an intention. Before you start cooking or cleaning, just take one single breath and decide what energy you want to bring to that task. Second, just focus on one thing. So wash the dishes without a podcast playing, just feel the warm water, see the soap suds. Just be there. And third, express gratitude. Take a moment to truly acknowledge the food in front of you or the feeling of a clean, comfortable space you've created.
These simple little shifts can really transform the mundane into the meaningful. They can reconnect us to this profound wisdom that honestly has been hiding in plain sight this whole time. So I'll leave you with this question. Where in your own daily routine can you find the sacred?